Worried. He's got worried about the spot on his head. That won't come out. Just got your best side
on that side. That's alright.
Yeah. The camera's out. Look, he's getting nervous now. Okay, Carl. Ignore the camera. Okay. Just ignore the camera. Okay. Now, me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got two amazing things to tell you. What should I tell them first? About the baby or the?
Well, they're both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in the Guardian of the Week about our research thing, and then we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in New England, right, where it's like the biggest. They make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, where the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon. They sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information's still on even the slight granules of silicon. Anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like a carbon derivative. They reckon if there'd been life on another planet that wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based, because that's simple sugars and proteins. It's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon. Right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up as we still in the water, and they looked out on the beach, and over years the crabs have started sort of putting themselves in formations, like geometric formation, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon, and it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, electrical impulses that got information off the silicon chip, and they were interfacing it. But this is the amazing thing. One bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer with a brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface, and they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured on Vanguard, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting like computer, just flashes of like symbols, geometry things on this screen to read the crab's brain, and it was stuff like fragments of a.
What made them do this in the first place?
Because they saw the crabs behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like intelligent, and they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is, they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot or something, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did incredible. It was like just a digital black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
Amazing. Jeez. Amazing.
So
intelligent crabs.
What are they doing with us now?
Super brain.
Well, they think this is the upshot. They think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right? So they put a crab in to see it, so right, lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had related to it beforehand, because it passed it on. It just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff.
Yeah, no,
these are just like ones that have had kids.
Yeah,
and they've got like,
and they know so you know everything. Your everything right the way back.
So would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, possibly.
So what are they going to?
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you train it particularly. I don't know, quite tricky to train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can.
It'd be like
load silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within it sort of food.
Also, if you get them onto enemy beaches, you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
take around if you get Osama bin Laden or someone.
They don't understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download it.
So they're not like you could torture them and they wouldn't be able to sort of give you the information, because they wouldn't know what information they had, because they're just.
But the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's what, like its mother crab.
Yeah. memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably.
No, it's all in black and white. It's just a digital camera because it's just they don't see it in black and white, so it's just like a I don't know, the thing is burnt onto the retina or something. And the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky have got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by that.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, what they do.
What they do with the crowd developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, just digest that information because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
Let's tune in, and Ricky's got another example. Love song classic on XFM.
So that's the crabs that you can download their memories.
But what about other animals that are in the sea, in that same sea, eating the stuff? Have they tested them yet?
I don't know. I think they just took it on because their biology that's something to do with. I presume they can take up minerals and I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, next one. It's just on the horizons. A bodybuilder. Yeah. Married another bodybuilder, right, and they're pregnant. And they had these tests, and the baby was very large, but it was causing it pain, right, and then after this is
it's almost bizarre, like
after the female woke up pregnant after 7 months, and the baby
walking around.
No, it forced its way out of the vagina.
Oh no way.
Yeah, it forced its way out, and it was
always had like super strength, like,
and it was pulling her along by the umbilical cord, and they had to, and it was a stone.
Extraordinary. That's freaky. Because they get freaky stuff.
That's made up.
What?
It wasn't pulling her along.
It was pretty. She could feel it.
Exactly. And it was, do you know what I mean? Like just went and just sort of squeezed.
Just got out because it was ready. Because all the hormones.
Because it thought it was ready.
Oh God!
Imagine that. Just waking up and finding that in the bottom of the bed. Freak out, wouldn't it? Because you think it was a nightmare initially.
And it had hair and everything, didn't it?
Yeah, because all the hormones. There
was something in the week about you've got test tube babies and that now, yeah. But they've managed to do it. I only caught.
I just would be more impressed by the crabs than that. He doesn't care.
No, I am. I'm telling you. That, there was something. I only caught half the story because I was busy. But there's something about babies being able to be born without having any people involved. Something it's like putting them in the oven or something, and it's like a cake. And after a certain amount of time, it's ready.
I never thought it was in Argos for kids.
It's my first baby kit.
Yeah. It's Play-Doh, I think, that they can buy. Yeah.
So what do you think of that then?
The baby one.
Yeah.
I prefer the crab one.
Yeah.
But the baby thing's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So it was bigger than like the average.
Both made up. We made those up.
Yeah, they're both bullshit. They are both rubbish. Despite the fact they're both rubbish. Yeah. They're interesting.
We made those up. Both those stupid stories up.
Yeah.
Imagine downloading a crab for memories and seeing his mum feeding it as a child. I had trouble.
Yeah.
I know I was going to have trouble with pushed its way out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I practiced that about 30 times yesterday with Stephen. I was going, I'm not going to be able to do it, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to say that. Yeah. Are you disappointed?
A little bit. I mean, the baby one's a bit sort of out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really having that one. But the crab one, I don't.
See, now what's interesting, I think, is it's a useful experiment, Carl. I don't know what it's taught you about yourself, but when you say that that's revealed to you a certain thing, I don't know, maybe that you're a bit gullible. I mean, what I'm saying is maybe you shouldn't accept or swallow hook, line and sinker everything you read on the web. You don't think maybe about it?
I feel bad because I said to Steve, he won't be annoyed that we conned him, he'd be annoyed that they're actually not true. You'd love that crab thing to be true, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't surprise me if it did happen one day.
Sure. Yeah.
So, it's fluffy.
And he's in the rain with some other crabs, I'm keeping them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, I don't know what you're getting at with the educating Ricky, but
Let's see.
You've got 3 titles.
Yeah.
That'll teach you with different stories. You take your pick and I teach you something. That did happen.
It's a little bit of venom.
Go on. The first one is don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
I bet that's bacon related, don't you?
You've got enough is anus.
Say that again.
Enough is anus.
Enough is enough.
Well,
but it's changed to enough is an anus.
Yeah. And you've got
Yeah.
you've also got will it be a bloke? Oh no. Will it like a bloke or a woman?
What?
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Will it?
Yeah.
Will it like a bloke or a woman? Wow.
Yeah. So there are your 3 stories.
Okay, so just like
Okay, well I'll have Woollet
well, I'm
like...
going to play a record now, Rick, surely.
Yeah, okay.
Come back with
Sorry about the crabs and the big baby. I'll think of a title for it. Yeah, Oasis. The New Times, Carl just did his little screen test down the lens, and he said, just look at the camera. He went, right, do you want to know about MTV? He went, well, it might be VH1. He went, right. He did Rockbusters, then just after the breaks from Genesis.
I'd watch it.
You didn't tell me she wanted all this. I thought you said, because I said you just bring your own camera in and we'll put it down on some tape and pass that on to her.
Yeah.
So now, I'm doing 2 jobs at once again. This is what I'm saying to you in the week. I'm juggling jobs all the time. I tell you.
Right, come on then.
How much do I get?
He looked straight at the camera and said that.
Right. So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And
we'll have that one then.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading, but a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, do you want your palm reading, he was like, a lot of them were like, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff, because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner or something like that.
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but,
Yeah.
so he
If you
found
look at my bloody hands, Reg,
well,
that's that hod carrying.
did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails? Well, that's about it. I mean, we used to do like, I think the art teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mum in there for free or something in some people's home. And so he offered the kids at the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table, and everyone did. And he walked past me and he said, not bad. And he said, you've got the afternoon off, you can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
He said, alright then.
Good. Yeah.
Good afternoon. But anyway, so
What did he do?
he just sort of walked around and went, you right, do you want bourbons or Niger?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see, maybe especially the senile ones. Yeah. No, but I'd love to see on VH1 just do a link and just go, they've just played Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park. You just sit next to an old lady and go, alright? You go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, isn't it? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, isn't it? And you just go up and talk. And you go, alright, well, she doesn't like it. In excess. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better. But so what are you going for then? Oh, you picked one, haven't you? Yeah. So this fella.
So there's palmists going around the streets.
Yeah, he's going round and
Probably trying to get
they're losing money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Right. So they said he's reading people's bottoms now.
Sorry, he just I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader. That wasn't making money. So now he's going up to people in the street and saying, can I see your arse?
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist.
Well, that's what he does. He said the same sort of lines and that you get on your hand. You get them on your bottom, and you can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert or anything. Or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it. That was that.
So sorry, if a man came up to you in the street and said, can I have a look at your arse?
Can I read your arse?
You drop your trousers, would you?
No. If you went up to him and he said, I'd rather you didn't because I'm a labourer, I've got bad fingernails.
No, that's what I've seen. That's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage, you think, but actually they're over their arse.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
And then, right.
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No, but-
You're a mentalist.
Well, no, but-
What are you talking about?
But then, do you know, like, now and again I come up with a little jokey line. I thought
Yeah.
I'd make an effort today for VH1 or MTV.
Yeah.
Little line there. Don't worry, it won't last. It might just be a splash in the pan.
Okay.
Phil Collins next.
Yes, please. Please, Phil. Oh, this is the best show. I mean, off air, obviously. I'm sure people at home aren't enjoying it as much as we are. But Carl is continuing his, what do they call this? A screen test. Yeah, that was let down by Radiohead. Carl, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I just think it's not right, really, is it? I'm trying to do a job.
Yeah.
Well, trying to get another job.
Yeah. But a lot of your presenters are on MTV now.
Yeah, but
All of them have got Zane in their name. But, you know.
yeah, it's not really right, is it?
Go on.
Right, so
We better get out of here. Carl Zane Pilkington.
educating Ricky, will we carry on?
Yeah.
Right, you've got left. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. And will it like fellas or will it like women?
Well, you said wool before.
Yeah, will it?
Go on then, I'll have wool it.
Right, now this is similar to the one you were talking about before, right? They found out that scientists.
Oh, yeah.
I've found out
17th century?
that like now, 1 in 10 rams are gay.
1 in 10 rams are gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like wool it. That's how I could get that in. They got a load of gay and straight rams.
Right.
They worked out which were which first. They said, right, that bunch there is a gay bunch,
They look better, they just had more pride in their appearance.
and the other ones, you know, the straight ones. And then they gave them to this scientist and said, right, go on, do what you got to do. And they took the brain out,
Just to check.
and they did tests on the brain, and it worked out that they've got something smaller in the brain. The gay ones have got something in the brain that makes it smaller. And he said, right, well, that's probably how it's going to work on males, on like males and females and like humans.
So you took from this that gays have smaller brains than straight people?
No, there's something in the brain.
Right.
So if someone's saying, you know, oh, I'm a gay, or they're not sure or whatever, they will now be able to find out.
So you can go to the doctor to find out if you're straight or gay.
Is there any gay in my brain? Let's have a look. You've got a little bit of gay in you, yeah, there's a little bit of gay in there. Yes, you've got the, you've got a little spent cell there.
Well, that's why they did it anyway.
I don't understand how they could differentiate which were straight and which were gay to begin with, before they then gave it to the scientist. Wasn't that what the scientists figured out? How did they tell?
There's one theory that it's genetically determined. There is a theory that's genetically determined, but I don't think it's as easy as putting a sheep brain apart and finding a little pink sort of like blob in there and going, right, we've taken the guy out and now he's going to go and shag some ewes. I don't think it's that straightforward, although homosexuality does occur at a similar sort of rate in animals, I think. Yeah,
So
you knew that, didn't you?
So that's that one. I mean,
I just like the idea of the farmer figuring out which is straight and gay. Well, that one's wearing quite a camp-looking neckerchief.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe it's gay.
Is that, yeah, yeah. I love the fact they can, okay, go.
That one's a big fan of Sophie Ellis Bextor.
Yeah. They got an ABBA and see which one's dance. That's how they.
Follow like Barbara Streisand and see which one's sing along.
what did I find out?
Did you just say that is rubbish?
I found out other stuff in the week that didn't make the top 3.
Wow. We haven't even had to.
This must be mediocre stuff.
Yeah, or it might be dubious. Go on.
There's a woman in Ireland
Yeah.
who has been with a fella for 11 years.
Yeah.
She always saying to me, you know, when are we going to get married and that? And it's like, oh, we don't need to. You know, we're happy and that. You know, like I am with Suzanne, it's like there's no point really. Unless you have a kid, I don't think you need to, do you? So he was like, we'll do it in time and all that. Anyway, he comes home from work one day. He says, oh, go on then, we'll get married. She was so shocked, her hair fell out.
Did you get that? Wow. So that's extraordinary.
And what did he say? Oh, I'm not marrying you, Bobby.
Yeah. Well,
she was so shocked her hair fell out. I love the idea of me just going to the ground. Yeah.
What else?
Right, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Next.
You've also got.
It's weird, isn't it, Rick? The stories that we made up are more plausible than the facts. I think we tried too hard. That's what he's willing to believe. He's willing to believe that a woman's hair fell out when her husband came out saying, let's get married then. Oh, you old romantic.
Well, yeah, then here's a good one.
Go on then.
Right, in Dubai, this woman went to Dubai for a holiday, and she was over there, and apparently in the markets they sell lizards.
Oh, well.
Right, just like for people to buy. So she buys one, not knowing that you're not really meant to take him out of the country.
Sure.
Puts it in a bag.
Yeah. As you do.
What have you? And then she gets to the airport when she's going home. She's thinking, I can't